Now, for something completely different, this is Horizon Chase 2. So you might remember that several years ago, gosh, probably 5 or 6 years ago, we did a couch co-op competition at my old game room with all the MJR crew playing the original game, and we had an absolute blast. Well, this is the sequel, and I feel like it doesn't get quite as much love as it should. Now, the good news is it's very much like the original game. As you can see here, it is a blisteringly fast arcade racing game in the style of Outrun or maybe Top Gear, you know, some of those older games in the arcades or on consoles, but with some new graphics and also some new lighting and things like that. I think it looks really good. They have done a couple tweaks to the formula here, so no longer do you have to pick up gas. You essentially can't run out of gas in the sequel. That is a good thing. I definitely appreciate that. However, the nitro system has changed a little bit. Now you pick up fragments of nitro, which, I don't know, it's not necessarily that big of a deal, to be honest, but it is something to be aware of, that they changed that a little bit. But the gameplay and the controls are very tight, very intense, as you see here. Like I said, you're just flying down these roads. The other kind of bummer about this game, and it's something you can kind of deal with, but especially on narrow roads, sometimes the computer-controlled cars are incredibly annoying. They'll literally just dive right into you to try to make you crash. They don't always do that, and if you're careful, you can definitely avoid that, but just keep in mind that sometimes the computer is not playing fair. They also added support for online races, which is really cool. I haven't actually tried that myself, but I can see me and Drunken Master Paul trying to do that. That'd be pretty fun. But it's always good to have an arcade racing game ready to go, because most of these races only last maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes, 3 tops. And again, you can unlock pretty much everything and beat this game in about 5 to 6 hours.